welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Welcome. Now in today's video, I'm gonna be reviewing the very new from Fenty Beauty, their matchstick. It is the Glow Skin Stick. Now, Fenty Beauty did send this to me in PR, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so much, Fenty Beauty. I just want to put it out there first that this is not sponsored. This is entirely my sole opinion. I've had this for like a good week and a half now, and I've tried many methods to use it, so I think it's about time I give you a full frontal review. I'm going to try to speak really loudly, but I'm sorry about the noise. But enough about all of that, let's get into the review. Okay, so first up, this is a limited edition product from what I understand. This is for their summer collection, and this is the first of the Glow Skin Stick line. And this is in the shade Pearl. This is the one and only shade they have so far. This is a translucent, very sheer, it's meant to be, I guess, like a highlighting stick. I don't know if you guys can see. Look at that, it's gorgeous. So again, I just want to say, because this is the first of its own line under the Glow Skin Stick category, I don't think it's fair to be comparing it to the matte sticks or the shimmer sticks. It's entirely different, because from what I've seen, this gives you that very dewy finish, whereas the matte sticks give you a matte finish, and the shimmer sticks kind of give you that iridescent one with the little shimmers inside. This does not have any shimmer, so just keep that in mind. This retails at 112 ringgit, 25 USD, which is the same price as all of the other matchsticks. And when I say that, I'm referring to the matte and the shimmers. However, I just want to point out that the matte and the shimmers, if you check online, they actually have 7.1 grams worth of product for 112 ringgit, whereas this, the glow stick, actually only has 55 grams of product. So I just want to point out that you are getting less product in this. So essentially, if you do the math, you're actually paying more for the glow skin stick in comparison to the mattes and the shimmers. The packaging, however, is the same. It is the same sleek, very nice nudie pink hexagon magnetic, so you can clip it alongside all of your other matchsticks, which I love. Moving on to the smell, I will admit I'm not the biggest fan of this. It is rather strong. It actually smells a lot of like butters and oils, like shea butter, cocoa butter, jojoba oil, those kind of stuff. And if you look at the packaging and you read the ingredients, it does contain a lot of butters and oils. But I will say I'm not too big of a fan of this, especially when like you saw how I rubbed it on my hand earlier. Now, if I apply this on like the tip of my nose or around my lips, like, you know, that Cupid's bow where you want to highlight, I do smell it, and I am not a fan, so I try to omit those areas. And even when I leave it on my hand and I forget to wipe it off, if I were to just like rub my face or move my hair, I smell it, and that's when I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot to wipe it off. Like, I know. However, when I do apply this on my cheekbones, I smell it upon like first application, and then after that it's all good, so that's safe. Okay, anywhere above the nose is safe. Moving on to the formula, I'm just gonna read it off the description on the website. This is a magnetized illuminating makeup stick and a comfortable lightweight formula that finishes any look with a natural looking dewy sheen, which I will agree to. I think it gives you a very natural sheeny look. I actually have it on my cheekbones today. Can you see? It just gives you that glossy look. Yeah, so I definitely agree with that. And then now moving on, I'm just gonna try to summarize the claims best possible. So it basically talks about taking your complexion to another level, giving you that dew. It's an instant dewy radiance, which I agree to. Like, one swipe and this is what you get. Translucent base glides over like silk. I agree to that as well. It gives you that subtle glow without any glitter or shimmer, which I completely agree to. And on top of that, it also says that it is great with makeup or without makeup, like on bare skin. Now this is where I have a little bit of a problem. And here's why. I have been playing with the glow stick in many different ways to get it to work for me personally. And here's my findings, basically, so that you guys don't really have to experiment much, but this is my experience with the stick itself. So firstly, I did a full face of makeup, and then what I did was I actually applied this directly on top, straight from the tube, and just like how I suspected it to happen, the stick kind of picked up all of the foundation and it just left like this streak of bare skin. Like my foundation completely came off onto the stick, and I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. And even when I tried to patch it back up with foundation, it was really difficult and it started to break apart. And that's when I thought, okay, maybe this is a little too greasy. And because of that, I moved on to using my fingers, which is my second method of application. So I just rubbed it on my finger and I'll just like pat it onto the high points of my cheekbones and like everywhere else I would normally highlight. But again, like my foundation just came off onto my finger and you could see like all these tiny fingerprints on my face. It wasn't very appealing, and again, that kind of solidified my thoughts of it being maybe it's a bit too oily for foundation. But I thought, okay, maybe it's just user error, maybe I need tools. So I moved on to my next method. These are the two brushes that I use to apply it, just to experiment. The first one is like a dense contouring kind of a brush. So what I did was I just rubbed it against the stick and then I just like tapped it on. And on the other side, I just tried to like paint it on, and you could see like all of the brush marks. It was exactly like applying it straight from the tube, and I was like, okay, I'm being really silly to be using a dense brush. So I used this fluffy brush, and what I did was I just like rounded it up and I like stippled it really lightly, but you could see like all of the brush marks. Like it wasn't as bad as going in straight with the stick, but you can definitely see that separation. You could really see the skin being really patchy, and that was when I really thought, all right, this is way too oily. Like this product is way too oily for a base. But just to be sure, I went in with a sponge. So my fourth method was to use a sponge, dry and wet. I've tried both methods. So I'll just rub it against the stick and then I'll stipple really lightly, like barely touching, like, you know, like just a kiss, like a light kiss. You could see everything just coming off. Like if anything, I think the spreading was even worse because it's on a sponge, right? It's more surface area. Even though it was just a light kiss, the patch just grew more and more. And on that day itself, I actually wore a bit of a cream blush, and you could see like it was just eating into my blush. Like there was just this cut of the blush, and I thought, oh no, like this is too oily for foundation. I was like, no. So instead of wearing it on top of makeup, what if I wore it under? You know, use it like a balm, like a hydrating balm, or like that glowy primer kind of a feel, just to like highlight and then go in with your foundation and your full face and see how it goes. So what I did was I used a very light coverage foundation, and when I tried it, you could see like whenever I used this, it was really hard to patch back on, or it would like slip off, and you could see that it was really patchy in those areas in terms of my foundation application. And by the time I piled on the foundation and set it with powder, you couldn't even see the product anymore. So I thought it was such a waste, which led me to my favorite way of applying this. There's no makeup at all, straight on bare skin. I think that's why they call it the glow skin stick. It's for your skin and just the skin with no foundation, you know? Food for thought. Now, the reason why I love using this on bare skin is because it just it gives you such a really nice glow. It almost looks like I just worked out. Oh yeah, I have that healthy glowy skin. Glass skin, here I come. You know, it just makes your skin look really healthy. And for me, for someone who doesn't really wear a lot of foundation all the time, because in Malaysia it's really hot and I sweat super easily. Like you can see me sweating under this light right now. So because I sweat so easily, I don't wear foundation a lot, and I wouldn't say that my skin is absolutely terrible. So I actually really like using this on bare skin days where I'm not wearing anything, and this just gives you like that really nice highlighted look. So this does give you like that look of a natural wet highlight, unlike other like iridescent or powder highlights. I think this really gives you that very natural wet look, not so much of a white highlight kind of a look, if you You get what I mean? Like your skin really does look like really nice, healthy, glowy skin. And that's like the biggest emphasis I can give. The makeup that I'm wearing today is probably how I would always use the Glow Skin Stick. So I have tried this on other spots of my face, like my nose, my cupid's bow, my brow bone, even my eyelids. And can I just say, the nose was like terrible because it just, whoa, my nose gets oily throughout the day and it just blended it in with like all the oils. And I was like, okay, where did it go? It was just like a waste for me. And I tried it on my cupid's bow and I was like, it made me look like I have a Sula, you know, like a sweaty upper lip alert, a little bit like that. And I tried it even as like a lip balm, you know, like I just rubbed it all over my lips just to see how it went, because it is like a balm, I'm not gonna lie. So when I did that, I tasted it and it went like this. Yeah, it's nasty. Please don't do it. Like, I'm saving you the trouble. Please don't do that to yourself, okay? Don't taste it. It's not meant to be edible. When I tried it on my eyelids naturally get quite oily. So again, same thing as the nose. It was really pointless. I would encourage people to use it on just your brow bone, on top of your brows, and like your cheekbones, and that's more than enough. So this is what I would recommend this for. Number one, dry girls. Coming from a dry girl myself, as in like a dry skin girl, I always want to look hydrated and, you know, I just want to have that nice glowy glass skin, and I think this is a really good option because it just gives you that natural glow. It doesn't emphasize too much of your dryness or your pores, and this is great just to have that healthy look. So I love this for that. Another thing that I think would work really well for this is if you are a makeup artist and you do a lot of beauty shoots, especially involving like the skin, this would be so good, especially if your model has really nice skin. So if you are a makeup artist and the right model comes in with like the perfect skin where you don't need to use foundation, I think this would be really, really great for that. Now the last people that I would definitely recommend this Glow Skin Stick to would be, well, barefaced girls. Honestly, I think if you are the type of person who doesn't wear a lot of foundation, or you naturally have really good skin, you don't really wear a lot of makeup, I think this is a really great product just to enhance your skin better for a day-to-day basis. And seriously, I think if you really love just going out with bare skin, this would look great. However, I feel like if you already have oily skin, you won't really like this. And I feel like using this for you personally would kind of be a waste. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have oily skin, so I can't really speak on behalf of like the oily skin girls, but I'm just trying to imagine it. If I were to give this to a friend who has oily skin, I don't think she will enjoy this as much. I will continue to use this on my good skin days, you know, when I finally get to go out with my friends. I'm just gonna do like light makeup, like, you know, just some lashes, probably this, a gloss, and my brows, and just head out the door. And I think this is fabulous for that. So guys, that is the end of my review. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was really helpful for you guys, because I love doing these reviews and like swatches just to help everyone. So if this was helpful for you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to see more, because they sent me more PR. So the next one is gonna be another part of this summer collection. So yeah, until then, I mean, if you want to see it, make sure you subscribe so you're notified. Alright. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye! Why are my neighbors scolding their dogs right now? Okay, I just did. Alright, thank you.